Hello, good evening. Once again, Rajiv Chopra here from the Dusty Mic Chronicles. And once again, I am talking about Albert Camus and his speech, Creating Dangerously. But at this time, I'd like to go into another aspect of his talk. We do live in interesting times. There is no doubt about that. And it's possible to say that we've always lived in interesting times. Periods of calm have been rare, but while they last, even though briefly, people hope that they're going to last forever. In The Grapes of Wrath, John Steinbeck advised all of us not to fear the times of stress or strife. In fact, in the book, and I don't remember where I read this in the book, but he warned us instead to fear the times of calm and peace. Peace and contentment make us lazy. And it's probably also, it has something to do with the way our brains are wired. Our ancestors were wired to look for danger. And I don't know how much time they had, how much free time they had to relax, but that's just the way that it is. Albert Camus also said in his speech that in the past, artists had the freedom to stand on the sidelines and to create art for the sake of art. Is this true? Not true? I don't know. He also said that when you create art and put it out into the world, you open yourself up to censure, ridicule, abuse, praise, and adulation. And not all of them happen at the same time. Now, I have not studied the relationship between art and authoritarian rule, but about the only thing that I can say is that it cannot have been pleasant. Albert Camus believes that when you pander to the public or to the authority who's in charge or who rules, then you stop creating art. The artist becomes superficial, and even if they become famous, the art lacks soul and dies. As he puts it, somebody else creates the work in your name. It's not you. And of course, he's speaking metaphorically. No one, or let me put it differently. Very few people read these days. Pulp fiction rules the waves, it rules the shelves, and the faces of shiny writers stand out on magazine covers and on social media. I've been interacting with an English writer on social media, and she writes a novel every 3 to 4 months. The days of Tolstoy, Munshi Premchand, Rajendra Singh Bedi, Steinbeck have all faded into memory. And maybe some people think he's a racist, but who reads Joseph Conrad these days? The challenge facing us these days does not come only from public demand and social media and such other pressures. The challenges also arise due to the rise of authoritarian leaders and authoritarianism. Whether you're in India, whether you're in China, whether you're in nowadays England or America, you do face backlash from these leaders. What do you do? What do you do? And it's a question which we really should think about. If you speak up, become famous and influential, and create great art, then you risk getting a call from the income tax department or from the enforcement directorate or ICE, or you could end up in jail. Risks and dangers are never far from your work, especially if you have the courage, the guts, or as some people put it, the testicular fortitude to stand up and speak out. I know that's a very masculine or very macho thing to say. So to return to the question, what then do you do? One option is to become a socialite, a business person concerned only with wealth, fame, glamour, and proximity to power. Art be damned. There are too many such people in India, way too many. And I often cringe when I see photos of celebrities in India, smiling, teeth brushed and polished, hair gelled, clinging to the Prime Minister. And what are they doing? They're just pandering to the ego of those who are in power, and that's all. Such people do not have the courage to stand up, to take a stand on issues, or to speak what's in their hearts or in their souls or in their minds, and to actually create work that reflects something of what they truly feel. The question is, do they feel at all? Now, I've seen artists in the West standing up and taking a stand on issues that matter to them. In the case of some, they express themselves in how they dress, people they choose to work with, or the art they create. The artist who creates something that means something runs the risk of censure, runs the risk of punishment, runs the risk of losing business, and of course runs the risk of public abuse and harassment by authorities. Taking a stand does not mean that you create brilliant and magnificent art. A mediocre person may take a stand and speak on issues, but a voice is not a substitute for magnificent art. But when the two of them come together, then you have magic. And that art stands out, it stands the test of time. But art without soul is dead art. Technical perfection does not make memorable art. It does not grip your soul. It does not even catch or hold the viewer for very long. Today, I believe that artists once again stand at the crossroads. The challenges are intense. The lure of commercial success, fame, glory, and social media success, or you can become a social media influencer. All of these forces pull you in one direction. Authoritarian rulers pull you in another direction. Society pulls you in yet another direction. Maybe your heart pulls you in the proper direction. Maybe if you listen to your heart, you will turn towards true north. Where then do you stand? Which way will you turn? What do you stand for? What will you create? These are questions that you must answer for yourself. Well, that's all for this episode. Rajiv Chopra from the Dusty Mic Chronicles saying goodbye for now. Do share your comments, share your thoughts, share the podcast, subscribe, and of course, share it with your friends. See you next time. Bye.